So if you clicked on this video and you see my thumbnail, I'm doing a really bad death stare, but I'm not flicking you guys off. I'm actually trying to snap my fingers, and I was trying to test it. So if I'm flicking you off from the thumbnail, I don't mean that. I'm just trying to do the little clicks from, you know, the Addams Family. Wednesday stars Jenna Ortega and follows Wednesday Addams' years as a student when she attempts to master her emerging psychic ability and solve the mystery that embroiled her parents. Now, my background story on watching this show is when I first heard about it, I was like, alright, a new Addams Family show, and then they announced Jenna Ortega is going to play Wednesday, and the show is called Wednesday, and it follows Wednesday, and I was like, so basically it's a spin-off of the Addams Family, we're just following Wednesday Addams? Okay, and then Tim Burton came along, and I have a very, very soft spot for Tim Burton. I love a lot of his movies, and some of the movies that is not even that good, I like Dark Shadows. But when I saw the trailer for Wednesday, I was like, I'm intrigued. This looks interesting, and I actually watched it with my mom, and that's why this review is late from when it came out. We just finished it up, and you know what? I can say this. This is a show that is very generic, follows a lot of things that are in plotline to movies and shows. It's very generic, but guess what? I enjoyed it. Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams is truly fantastic. Honestly, I think she outshines Christina Ricci from the original 90s movies. I grew up with those movies. I love her in that role. But watching this show, of course, is 8 hours, 8 episodes, so you get a lot more time with her. Jenna Ortega, I mean, wow. Seriously, she is this character. She is a little girl that is smarter than everyone in the room, but she's also just very much a just quirky little character and is talking about death, suicide, monsters, blood, murder, all sorts of things, and she's perfect, and she does it in such a simple dialogue fashion where she doesn't have to say a whole lot, she doesn't have to do a whole lot, just her look, her hair, her costume. Jenna Ortega is Wednesday Addams, and I truly think she is just outstanding in this role, and she's had a great year. She's in 3 of my favorite movies this year right now, and she just continues on her 2022, and this show just puts on the map, because seriously, everyone has always liked Jenna Ortega, but now after this, you can just go on social media and you can see that everyone is loving Jenna Ortega, and it's there for a good reason, because she is fantastic in this role. Seriously, I loved everything about her. Seeing her be so despicable at times, and then seeing her have a little bit of a heart, it has sweet moments and dark moments, and she balances it so good. The entire cast is actually fantastic. The one that actually just stands out to me is Emma Myers as Enid, which is the roommate to Wednesday in the show. Their relationship is adorable. Emma she is such a lovable character who can't turn into a werewolf, but she has her happy-go-lucky, colorful lifestyle, and then you have the dark and gloomy Wednesday just right across her room, and it does a great dynamic, but they obviously work together, and their chemistry is perfect. I loved Emma in this role, and I think she is very talented, and I can't wait to see what she does next. And like I said, everyone in this show is great. Seriously, the sheriff, the principal, the other students, we have our love triangle between this kid who works in a coffee shop, and obviously this all wraps around a murder, which it goes towards this creature, which the creature design is straight up a Tim Burton character design, if you ask me, and I loved it. I loved the mystery. I loved how everything felt very much like a mystery where you think it's this person, you think it's that person, you think it's this person, and in episode 6 you're like, I don't even know who it is, but I still think it's you. I will say, as a big crime little negative, is honestly, it's very predictable. It's super predictable to see who it is, and it's very easy to see who's working with who and who is a part of something, because me and my mom called it in episode 2, like the very beginning, because episode 1 sets everything up, and then you have a big murder scene, but then episode 2 you get to see all your suspects, and I was like, I think it's that person, and I think that person is definitely a suspect, and then more in the show, you're like, okay, I think both these people are huge suspects, and the whole show does what it's trying to do, and it does it right, tries to make you think it's someone else, but then you're like, no, you're doing it too much on this person, it's actually that person. In the very end, me and my mom were right, and I felt very special. Even though the show does follow, I've heard people compare it to like a Riverdale mystery, which I don't watch Riverdale, but I will say, this does feel a little bit tweeny. It is, but the thing is, it's different because it's the Addams Family type, and they have a great little one-liners, and I love the little mystery, and I love the characters. The family aspect where it goes back into the background story and like the entire mom and dad situation, that really felt like a complete halt on the show. It's important for what the whole mystery is, but to me, if I had to cut anything down, it was probably that aspect and the whole dad and the whole jail. And if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. But that entire subplot and just the family coming in for the weekend episode, I just never really got cared for. I never cared for it. It's important for the final reveal in episode 8, but it still never felt like, whoa, it was like, okay, that's cool. It's interesting Addams Family background story. Overall, though, this Tim Burton Netflix show was very enjoyable for me and my mom to watch. Seriously, I think Jenna Ortega is a humongous star. She is just completely just owning this year, and this show might be the icing on the cake because, like I said, her performance as Wednesday is just perfect. And to see Christina Ricci in this show, it makes me happy to see her. But listen, the torch has been passed, and Jenna Ortega is now Wednesday Addams. And like I said, the show is tweeny. It has your teen drama, mystery, romance, love triangle. But in the end, I enjoy the Tim Burton weirdness. I love the colors. I love the production design. Seriously, there's a good amount of budget in this show. It leads to an entertaining finale. And by the end of it, I said I really enjoyed this version of Wednesday Addams and the Addams Family. But in the end, I do want to see season 2. I'm going to give Wednesday season 1 a B+. Seriously, this is not groundbreaking TV or anything like that. But I seriously just enjoyed myself. I enjoyed watching each episode. Some were better than the others, but in the very end, Jenna Ortega. Seriously, she's the reason to watch the show, and I definitely recommend it if you love the Addams Family or just Jenna Ortega. And yes, if you go on TikTok right now, a bunch of just people doing a bunch of montages, trying not to get spoiled, because I did my very best not spoiling in this video. And if you guys enjoyed this review, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.